Dumelang Sambonane, hello South Africa. A very warm welcome to Expressions. This is definitely the place for you to air your views, and of course we are celebrating Father's Day. We've just come at least from the back of that, and of course this is happening on the backdrop of the fact that it is still Youth Month. I'm your host Jacqueline Mapala.
And I'm your host I'm so excited about today's episode. It shows that not all is doom and gloom. As much as there are statistics on ukuthi young fathers are not present in their children's lives, namhlanje we plan to actually have conversations with young fathers who are very involved in their children's lives, and it's very, very exciting to see this happening. Jackie, what do you have to say about the conversation we're having namhlanje? Bugele Expressions is on Facebook and on Twitter. Have a look at the first insert we have for you.
Hayi labo baba bekho responsible basipha abantwana just nje slow business nabantwana babo abasupport abantwana yonke into mele sidepend on government ayengeke sikhona abasupport abantwana babo.
They are responsible, but then they are not celebrated enough. There should be something done to motivate them, because like it's not easy being a teen and a father at the same time.
Our young fathers, they're not celebrated enough because ngibona ngathi there's not like a platform. They are trying, even though they are struggling. The young fathers abayazi experience ukuthi kuba ubo baba kanjani. So ngibona ngathi they're not celebrated, and nathi thina abantu besifazana siba encourage ukuthi yazi noma ustrugglisha but you there emotionally and physically for umntwana.
I think you shouldn't celebrate like something that was like not meant to happen, even though a kid is a blessing, but like you are young and you are not ready for the task. So like it gets pretty much difficult to celebrate like into enjalo.
Young fathers are not responsible because they were not really ready for the task. But we don't celebrate them enough in my behalf. We need to celebrate fathers more because around these ages, fathers are actually being there for their kids, are being responsible for change.
I wouldn't say that, because most of the time in families, it's mostly mothers who are there, being the support system. They're the ones who always take care of the family, and most of the time fathers are the ones who are absent in families.
I don't think most fathers are responsible, especially young fathers. And do I think they're celebrated? No, I don't think they're celebrated that much.
I still feel like they celebrated, because now it's like you got a kid and then it's a blessing now. So obviously like at home, like they're gonna like your kids, and then like Umauled is gonna like love the grandchildren, you see. So in a way, like it's advantage and disadvantage.
I think it's because of our previous history, most where we grown up, because it shows Gucci we never got a good father figure. So it shows Gucci this thing has been happening a lot. So I don't think they are responsible enough. And about being celebrated, I don't think they have to be celebrated because they have to be responsible either way.
I think it's a background of them not having a good father figure from backgrounds. I mean, most of us are raised by single mothers, so, and I just guess they never had that, father figure to look up to, so they can learn to do the right thing and be responsible enough.
These two gentlemen don't need any introduction. I've got Uvaldo Nobabake Lindough. Guys, welcome to Expressions.
Thank you so much for having us. Siyabonga.
It's great to have you. Grand Valdo?
Yeah, grand.
Ngiyakubona ukuthi grandi ke manje. What does it mean to you ukuthi ube ubaba?
First of all, nokuthi mangikhuluma namajita ngiwatshela ngathi bafethu yazi ukuba i-timer kunama-timer different. Khona i-timer nje ukuthi igama nge-time ukuthi I'm a father mara uthola ukuthi umuntu wakhona is not even present to inqosi zakhe. Then kube khona obaba labo who are committed uyangithola. So I've been kulo mjita impilo yakhe since day one. Akunayo secret like ngiyenza ngothando. Ngoba bengisho ukuthi into bengifuna ukuyenza vele from day one ukuthi ngifuna ukuba khona ngangikhona ezalo bengikhona mangimhambisa e-crash aqala attend i-crash bengikhona for first day primary school ngifuna ukuba khona kuwo wonke amalanga ngifuna ukudinesa yonke into eyenzakalayo empilweni yakhe eqala ukukhuluma ukusho igama la kadade or la kamama I was there aqala ukuthatha ama first steps okuhamba I was there. So into engisale ngasitshela yona ukuthi okay yazini this is my duty. Abantu mabengingcoma bathi doing a great job. I'm like ubani efuneka yenze lo msebenzi. It's my duty ukuthi ngenze. Sharp abantu ngoba uyazi i-society yethu kunjani. It's rare ukubona umjita taking care of umjita inqosi yakhe ahlala naye like 24 hours. Yangithola yazi amajita sifuna ubumnandi. Safuna ukuphuma, sifuna ukugroova. Ngaphandle ziyawa ngaphandle yabona. So but ke mina nje i-decision engasithathela yona and ngiya-enjoy. He's my best friend. Sometimes kunokuba nama-challenges so maybe ngithola i-gig and it's during the week. Yabona when it's during the week like ama-gig ngiyawakhansela lapho yabona unless if it's a corporate and nakhona ngiyabatshela ukuthi I'm available from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. because 1:30 fune ngimlande esikoleni yabona. So isikhathi sami ngiba naso yiso leso.
Why you packing a paper liqinile zolo? Why you packing paper liqinile? Fune ndidle ipaper liqinile ngathi cement.
You're not just raising a kid, but you are raising a superstar, a child star as well. You know, he's known. People love and enjoy Mtanako as well. They're not just into you and what you do, but it's mostly the both of you guys. So how is he adapting to all of that? How are things with that?
I think one thing engisale ngakhona ukuyenza engasho ukuthi ngimasterile ukwenza sure ukuthi angithathi i-childhood yakhe ukuthi manje you are a superstar, you well known, so uzophila kanje awudlali nabantwana bakanje. No, ngenza sure ukuthi u-experience yonke into eyenziwa abantwana. Mefuna ukuhamba ukuyodlala epakini nabantwana ehamba uyodlala epakini nabantwana ayikho into engizothi angivumelekile ukuthi ayenze. And enye into engimfundise yona ilento ukuthi if ufuna something noba kuthiwa imali ikhona but uyazi ukuthi he needs to work for it. Mezothi tell ngifuna lela toy ngimtshela okay you wanted you must do great at school then ngizokuthengela. And into ekufanele ngiyenze mina is to keep my promise and make sure ukuthi bese phasile ngiyayenza leyo promise ngimthengele lonto leyo.
Valdo ngifuna ukwazi ke mina yini into oyithanda kakhulu ngokuhlala no daddy?
Yangilalela mengithi lela litho easy and then uthi uzongithengela mengiphasa and then ngiyam understand yabo. And ukuthi ngiphatha kahle.
Tell me about some of the challenges that you face as a father that's raising their child.
It's khona he was sick yabo. And kwenzeke ebusuku and besasenabo 2 lapho. Ngingazi nokuthi ngenze njani nje ngiyasho ngithi ngifonela umama lapha ifoni ayi-off yabona. And uyazi ukuthi umntana like megula sometimes unokungazi ukuthi uphethwe yini uyangithola especially mengakwazi ukukhuluma kahle yabo. So yibona ama-challenges benginokuwaface lawo and khona la khona izinto bezi-rough ke yabo. Ngitshela ngithi hey bro kuyabheda manje ama-pampers aphelile so into esizoyenza manje ngizobeka ithawula ngibeka iplastiki and ngo-12 o'clock ngiyakuvusa ngihambe yochama yabona. So bengiyenza lonto siyenza njalo usheshile ukuyeka like i-pampers.
What conversations should we be having as the boy child to the boy child to say look it's time you step up and take responsibility? What sort of conversations should we be having njengamajita seseyang?
Njengamajita yazi mfethu sure. And ibalekile daddy because manima nama conversation anjalo ngizokwazi ukuthi ugwema ini ukuthi ingane mazikhula ingagcini seyishaya umuntu wesifazana uyangithola. Iqala from thina singama-gents yabona ngoba bengisho eqaleni ukuthi ingane wamelanga ukuthi uyikhulise ngokuyishaya because izobonana ukuthi no yazini vele ukushaya into e-right vele nami ngiyashawa so nami mangiphumile if intombazane yenza into wrong ngizoyishaya uyangithola. Naye nginokumtshela ukuthi ngimbuza ngithi awa school angitshela abe ugrand mara khona umntana osala ngibhulisha intombazane ngimtshele ngithi hayi no if ukuphushile wena ungamphushi back hamba umreporta ku teacher yazi ever since lo mjida waba khona like life yami like ngasale ngachange even the way ngenza izinto ngakhona, the way ngicabanga ngakhona, like ngavele ngakhula jo, like sonke siyazi khona le stage lesi esincane umnandi yabo sincane groove, but manje makuthiwa ngingena inyuko ngiyazi ukuthi maniyazi yini like ngeke ngiyospenda le mali leya kunalo mjida lo mjida ngifuna ukuthi athole the best education, ngifuna athole zonke izinto engingazange ngazithola. Ukuba present it doesn't cost money, uyangithola. If awunayo inyuko mara the fact ukuthi uzokhona ukusuka wherever uyobona inqosi yakho uspende i-weekend nayo, uyangithola, that would mean a lot. Yazi kunenye outcome ebengikhuluma nayo nenqosi ngitshela ngithi outcome yazi ngiyazi for a fact ukuthi awukaze wayilanda inqosi yakho esikoleni. Do know how it feels mangathiwa inqosi yakho uyayilanda, that day uzofila kanjani inqosi yakho, yabona wayenza lonto washo ukuthi yo bethu like ayizange ibelieve ukuthi ngilanda ubaba for the first time, uyangithola. So ezinye izinto not everything edinga imali, to be present mahala.
So big thank you to Lindough, who is showing us that being an involved and present father makes such a huge difference in young people. Because remember, being a young person has a lot to do with the generation that is going to come forward. And as you celebrate Youth Month, fathers like this are an example of the kinds of young people and leadership that we want to see in our country. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Expressions.
Now, welcome back. You're still watching Expressions, your number one youth current affairs show. Now, today we are celebrating young dads and the roles that they play in empilweni zengane zabo. So, what do you have to say about the conversation we're having? Do participate in ey'nkundleni zethu zokuxhumana. Have a look at the next insert. Thabiso, I want to know from you, what has your experience being a father been so far? I mean,
so
you're like
far,
a few months into it.
Yeah, no, my son is actually 6 months. End of age, I'm 28. Yeah. So as young as I am, it was a scary experience, but it's the most amazing thing. I wouldn't take it back.
Yeah. Now, you lead a very busy lifestyle, njengomuntu omusha, you know. I know you run a recycling business as well. How do you balance the two? Because as much as it is a fairly new experience for you to be a dad, it's still just as demanding.
So I always tell people that I don't juggle anything. I just go as it comes. Because, for example, I just finished my law degree. So, and it's taken me 8 years to finish that. And running the business has been for 7 years. So I've just been going as it comes.
How do we shift the way things are going right now as young fathers?
I think when it comes to being a father, we need as much assistance as we have, as much assistance that we can get, as well as having the right people around you. Because I've got friends that are fathers, and some actually started being fathers at 24, others at 22, and we even have a social club where there's 13 of us, we're Sneso site, and we call it a wealth club. We started it 6 years back, and we meet up every month and we discuss how we can become better men, how we can become better business people, not the cliche of saying all men just talk about women when they're all together. We talk about how we can prosper. So my support structure basically comes from home, friends. I mean, some people have had friends, started having friends. My friends, we go way back from back in high school, and we've always been stuck together. With my family, they're always supportive. They always let us be. They always allow us to explore what we want to do in life. Parents usually just want to see as their kids just going to university, getting that degree.
Do you think Abu Baba are celebrated enough in society?
To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think we, as fathers, we are celebrated as much as we're supposed to. But gradually, I think as someone that's in a modern generation, things will change. But yeah, I think it's about time, that we are recognized.
Maybe if you can tell us about some of the challenges that you have as being a young father. What are those?
The challenges are usually, as being a father, you always need to make sure that you remember that you need to be a provider. You need to know that you're no longer looking after yourself. You've got someone else that's looking at you and looking at how you'll be able to provide for them, how you want the best for them.
What conversations do you think we should be having as amajita when it comes to shifting a mindset, yamajita, whether is it a kasi, whether is it anywhere, about the importance of being present when you're a father?
You're actually touching a conversation that I was having the other day with my guys, is that I wouldn't want to have a Smarties family. You've got a kid there, you've got a kid there, you've got a kid there, you've got a kid there. That doesn't allow you to have the presence that you need to have. Now you've got there and there. Guys, let's always protect ourselves. Let's protect our partners. Let's make conscious decisions as to whether we want to be fathers or we don't want to be fathers. If you don't want to be a father, don't just jump around.
So what advice would you give to some young dads right now, Babugile Expressions? I know some of them, are in a position where they want to be involved in Billions Zingane Zabo, but are not being granted the opportunity for whatever reason that may be. What would you say to those young dads right now?
I would say fight. There's nothing more exciting than seeing your little one when you just come back smiling at you, laughing with you, and just wanting to be around you. It's the most amazing thing. So I just say fight for it, even if it means fighting to get access for just a weekend, but always being present. Presence is the most important thing, because, for example, I would say all I want to do is just to stay with my son every day.
What are your greatest lessons so far from fatherhood?
My greatest lessons?
Yeah.
That I need to work harder.
Yeah.
That I need to work harder. It's not, I don't think it's cheap. And I don't think wanting the best is cheap. So I think I've learned that I need to work harder.
So clearly, fatherhood is a very important aspect of how we develop young people in the next generation coming from this country. And I think as Expressions, we wanted to say very clearly that involved and present fathers are very important in our society, and we celebrate them and we say, you know what, thank you so very much for being part of your children's life, because you are making an impact and a big difference in our society. You're watching Expressions. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back. Now you're still watching Expressions, and we continue with the conversations we're having with young fathers on the show today. What is your contribution? Do interact with us on Facebook as well as on Twitter. Take a look at the next story. So you're 1 year, 6 months into fatherhood. Tell me, how has it been?
Man. Yeah, I have no words for it yet. It's been it's a journey. It's amazing. You know how before fatherhood, people tell you, like, let's say when you find out that you guys as a couple are pregnant, then now you start getting advice now from mama, and you know what I mean. You do this. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
Soon as you have him in your hands, everything goes out the window.
But how has it been? Because I know you're also juggling a very busy schedule, having to be between shoots and the other stuff that you're doing, and fatherhood as well.
It's not easy. Whoever says it's easy are lying. It's not easy. But you make it work. He's first priority, so you know what I mean. He comes first.
We're talking about the importance of fathers, young dads in particular, stepping up, and being responsible fathers on Expressions today. What does it mean to be a father for you?
It's everything, and then it's a huge responsibility that you have to be very, very careful with, because you learn every day. I learn every day, about fatherhood and about certain things. I don't want to pressure myself into perfection of fatherhood, and you know what I mean. So I allow mistakes and I allow certain things because it's a learning journey every day. Especially right now, we're living in a crazy time. So, a lot of things are not as normal. It's a complete change of mannerism, of day-to-day things. You miss my gents. You know what I mean? You miss groove, you know what I mean? So there's those type of things that you have to obviously cut down on. I think I'm more calm, I'm more patient with life in itself, because King right now, he's at a very curious age. And for me, if you have an opportunity, if there's an opportunity for you to play a part in your seed, man, that's exactly what you should do. It's amazing, man. It's rewarding. It's beautiful, Even through challenges that happen.
What are some of your challenges as a young dad?
I guess it's just finances and also unlearning certain things that as a young man you would normally be doing. Yes. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you need to unlearn them quick. It's a different ball game. Fatherhood is a different ball game. We need to step up as dads. No more excuses, guys. You know what I mean? We need to understand that at any point, the child cannot be at fault. You brought the child here. I mean, it's only fair to take care of your child.
Simple, we've come to the end of today's episode, and of course we want to applaud and celebrate present and involved fathers, because fathers are actually the backbone of our society. I think a generation and a youth that has fathers who are involved in the upbringing and the nurturing of their kids is actually so vital to the development and upliftment of young people in our country. So we want to say Happy Father's Day as expressions. We thank you, we celebrate you for the amazing impact you make in the lives of your kids.
And I think some of my greatest takers, Jackie, from today was listening to some of the gentlemen tell us ukuthi they didn't have their fathers present in billions hours, so they want to make that right. And of course, it's not like we were just here, just to celebrate a fish for swimming, because these fathers were saying that it's very important ukuthi udlale indima empilweni yengane yakho. So we thank you so much for your contribution now, Mbugeli, on the show today. That's all for today, and we had so much fun having the conversations that we had namhlanje on the show. Till next time, and
bye. Happy Father's Day.